lecture which I am supposed to deliver here. And as far as that lecture goes, it will be in English basically, but if anybody wishes, we can ask questions in Urdu and Telugu కూడా అడగవచ్చు. జవాబులు ఇస్తాను అవి స్టూడెంట్స్. And we'll proceed from here. Thank you once again for having invited me. I request Mr. Nagendra Reddy to kindly proceed with the presentation of the slides. This, as you can see here, this, as you can see, is the monogram of Sarah Reddy, whose trust was in God as he proclaimed, and it is so very true because they all lived through turbulent times and they remained unwavering in their faith in the God Almighty, in their loyalty to the state and the king, whoever they were serving. That was really great on their part. This is Sanatan in the year 1860, a few years after he became the Diwan of Hyderabad, in all his grandeur and all the grace and dignity of the Diwan of Hyderabad, a really big state of that time, a really important state at that time. Next slide, sir. This is Sanatan in 1880, aging a little bit, aging with worries, aging with the burden of the job, but having distinguished himself as a great administrator, he came this far almost 27 years into his service as the Diwan of Hyderabad, and he really made a name not only for himself but also for the state of Hyderabad, not only in India but also abroad in England and Europe as well. By this time he had travelled to Europe a couple of times and he had distinguished himself there. He had been hosted banquets by the Prince of Wales and was presented to the Queen of England. These are great honors. We do not come easily to ministers and divans of princely states. They do not come easily even to the Maharajas and Nawabs of that time, who were His Highnesses, but still were not considered worthy enough to be brought into the presence of the Queen. But this distinction and honor the Sararjans first had, and you can see this is the year 1888. The third slide, sir. Again, Sararjan in the year 1880. Next, sir. 1883, Mr. Sararjan. Sararjan first with his infant Nizam VI in 1875. This is a very well publicized, well received, well taken photograph, and a lot of people have seen it before. You can see a lot of dignitaries over there. The entire cream of the Hyderabad society, socio-political hierarchy is there, and they are all in their grandeur. The names are given there. In detail, we can go into it sometime later. Thank you. Next slide, ready. Here is Sararjan with the infant. Here is Sararjan first with officials in the year 1870. 1870, there were a lot of the Hyderabad state was brought into a lot of under control, I would say, because all of the systems were put in place, all of the chaos and anarchy kind of situation which had prevailed earlier to 1853 when he became Diwan. All that was brought under control, and in the year 1870, he is that if you are not comfortable with visits to my palace, then you should not come. But he refused to entertain any complaint like that because discipline is so important. My brother-in-law tells me that he as a young boy and his younger brother, they were once taken into to Sararjan's house, and my brother-in-law's father went in and had to talk with them, and Sararjan was kind enough to come out and leave him till his car. And then he got to see that my brother-in-law and his brother are sitting in the car. So he said, why didn't you bring the children in? So he said, names are not that. Nalayan, जो है, he's